How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is episode 19 of a Let's Play series for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Pallegney. When we last left off, we made it fresh out of winter, and we got everything back up and running here on the farm. We did a little bit of work in the background, but for the most part, we got all of our animals taken care of after they made it through the harsh winter. We ended up getting our productions back up and running. We just did what we had to do to make sure that things were going to continue to run smoothly, just like they did over the winter break. But what are we up to today? Well, we have a contract that we have to set our sights on, and we have a bunch of work to do around the farm. We've got tons of grass work, and alfalfa is ready to harvest. Check that out. So we need to get this up and running so that way we can send this over to the biogas plant and be able to actually start making a much heftier profit than we already are. As you can see, our money is up. We're at $667,000, so let's get to work. First things first, let's head on out and start that contract. Then we'll come back and set our sights here on the farm. So we do have a hay contract. So we've got the mower here with the rear or front deck there with the conditioner attached. So let's go ahead and head over. We'll meet you over there. So you can see we are not here at the contract. We're actually at the shop. And I was heading over to the contract field and realized that, one, I'm heading in the wrong direction. I went right when I was supposed to go left. Oh well. But I also got to thinking, it's actually a somewhat decent sized field. And although this mower here is absolutely amazing, I've got tons of money right now. I don't need to hold off on, getting anything anymore. I can actually invest in the farm and make these jobs a lot easier. And because we have so many contracts up in, or not so many contracts, but so much grass work that we have to do. We have two of our grass fields, one of them being the large one. I'll actually show it to you here real fast. You can see we got the big grass field here. We got this grass field over here by the river, and we got the two alfalfa fields that are ready. And not only that, but then once we get this alfalfa harvested, we can then plant this strip in between the two fields to be able to make one alfalfa field, which is going to be fantastic. I can't wait for that to happen. But, I mean, these two fields alone are going to produce enough grass and bales in order to not only feed the sheep, but be able to make a ton of silage out of them. So that's what we're going to work on, is just doing that. But we need the equipment that's going to be able to handle it instead of taking forever and a day. And the contract we have is this one over here. So it's a pretty decent size. It's probably in between these two here. So we've got tons of work to do. Let's invest in the farm and make this easier. So first things first, let's hop in to the swather here. And we can get rid of everything here. We can get rid of the front mower deck, the big O swather, the attachment here, the 3-point link attachment, and the trailer. All of these can just say adios and be able to invest in something that's going to be really, really nice. So let's see what we got here. We got, oh, there's a button around here. Aha, there it is. So first off, let's repair and repaint everything, so that'll give us the most bang for our buck. $87,000 for the front machine. We've got repair, repaint for the front deck. We got almost 20 grand for that. For the conditioner, got about $2,100, almost $2,200. That's perfect. For the hydraulic with a 3-point link, got another $2,300. And for the transport wagon, we've got $13,000. So all in all, we probably gained over $100,000 just in that sale. So, oh yeah, $124,588. That's really, really good. So now I'm going to go out and make a purchase. Not only do I have to get a mower, but I have to get a tedder as well to go with it, because we just sold our conditioner. So that was what was making our hay, so we've got to be able to invest in that too. So I will go ahead and step in the shop. I will make a purchase and be right back. So $400,000 later, we have this here. We got a bit of a new school and old school vibe going on here. We've got the massive Krone Big M mower deck here. Oh yes, I am really looking forward to this. And we have this here. But the nice little thing about this, check it out. This has a PT on the back. I don't need it for anything in particular, but it's there if I want it. But that also means I can hook this mower up directly to this tedder and be able to do this all in one pass. So that's going to be an absolute huge feat here. It's going to save us time. So the reason that I didn't invest in, like, let's say a 3-point link or, you know, some kind of attachment, things like that, is because I had access to this here. You can see if I back up to it, pow. And because this is on a like a trailed system and not attached to a 3-point link where it's steady across a single plane, this thing is going to follow me around curves. I'm going to be able to make as tight a turn as possible while putting down a swath from the mower itself, and this is going to follow me around no matter where I go. So it's going to be making hay constantly. It's going to work out absolutely perfectly. I cannot wait to get over there and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll cut us out here, cut us back in as soon as we get to the contract field. So we're pulling up here on the field. Let's go ahead and get to our starting position right here. We'll drop down the tedder, turn that on, lower it, and now we will drop down the Krone decks, just like so. We're also going to adjust the swathing, because you can see this is on a wide swath. If I have it on a wide swath, I'm not going to get everything as I kind of run around here. But if I put this on a center drop swath, check this out. Turn this on. Now as I kind of go over all this, you're going to see... Oh, what's going on? Why doesn't this look like it's turning into hay? Maybe it is, and... No, that doesn't look like hay. Huh, for some reason that just doesn't look right. Well, I'm trusting it right now that it's actually going to be making hay. Even though for some reason something doesn't seem right, but it should be making hay. I should be getting what I'm expecting here. This isn't windrowing. This is actually, you know, messing up and throwing it out. So you can see as I'm going around these corners, around these turns, this is working out just fine. It's throwing down everything and catching all the grass clippings behind me. So at this point, I'll go ahead and cut out and cut us back in once we're done with this field. We'll see you in a while. Oh, and actually before I do that though, another reason why I wanted to invest in this specific mower deck is because it's a lot wider than my old harvester, my old mower. And because of that, I'm going to be able to pick up a lot more area off the kind of edges of the fields here and be able to really start throwing down a lot more product onto the fields. So let's go ahead and get to work. I'll see you in a little while. there we go. We are all done with this contract. So let's go ahead. For some reason, I'm just so nervous about the tedder here. Just didn't seem to really flip over and change the coloring on the grass here and turn into hay. So I'm going to go back to the farm. I'm going to get my baler and hope that when we get back here with the baler, we have hay and not something else. So I will see you back here in just a little while. I'm pulling up to the field here, and my hope is that we've got a bunch of hay on the ground here. I am really nervous about this. Let's go ahead and unfold, lower, bring down the wings on the windrower, turn on the baler and windrower system, and here we go. Oh, cool. Yes, we have hay. I was really nervous about that because I don't know what it is. The color just doesn't look that much different compared to grass. So I was really thinking that, hey, there might be something going wrong, but it seems to be okay. And that certainly that hay bale does look to be hay in color. So let's go ahead and get to work. Here we are at the end of the contract, just about. We're going to have to grab all the bales, deliver them, and do everything on that end. But here we are at the end of the baling, and I am very happy to say that we have hay bales. Again, I was very nervous about just the way that the grass texture looked in compared to what I was, I don't know. I was used to it being lighter for some reason. But this is fine. So we are going to go ahead and head back to the farm. We got to pick up our transporting equipment for the bales. We're going to pick up all the bales, and then we're going to sell them off, keep whatever we can, and go from there. Then we got to get to work on the rest of the fields on the farm. So we'll bring it back in here shortly. So I got all the bales loaded. Ended up taking the telehandler as well as the Deutzfahr here over to the field, loaded up everything, and now we're here up at the sell point, the forage dealer, to be able to sell off all this hay. So let's see what we're going to get out of this. So let's go ahead and pull up about right here. Let's see, 62. There we go. So we have 11 bales left over at the end of that exchange there. So that's not bad. That's a real good amount to be able to take back to the farm and use for our own purposes. That's going to be good for TMR. That's going to be good for whatever we decide to use it for going into the future. So let's go ahead and get this back to the farm, drop it off, and get to work on the alfalfa, on the grass. We've got loads of stuff to do. We'll see you there. So we're pulling up on the farm here. We're going to drop off all 11 bales, and then we are going to fire up the mower. Got it parked right there in front of me to get at this alfalfa. That's going to be likely a very short trip for these two fields with that particular mower. Let's go ahead and drop this off. And you can see we've got quite a bit of product here. We got 186 out of 1450 bales. That's really good. We're doing really, really good so far. You can see just the kind of breakdown that we have. It's pretty good split between the two. You know, about 70, 100. So about 70% is, or no, I'm sorry, not 70%. 70 out of 100 are bales. So yeah, our bales. Wow, our silage bales versus hay bales. So we're doing pretty good. I'm really happy with this. Let's go ahead and pull this back around. There we go. Get this all parked up, and then we're gonna get to work on all that alfalfa. Oh boy, I'm excited because that's gonna get put immediately into the biogas plant and is going to start chugging away, making more digestate, which is going to make more fertilizer, which is going to make more electricity, as well as more methane. And all that's going to get sold. It's going to be more product that we're going to be able to make money off of, as well as being able to get more out of our fertilizer. So all in all, we're doing really well. Let's go ahead and pull up right here, drop this down, fire this up. Here we go. Look at that. Wait a minute. How does that look? Now I'm just really nervous about... Okay, now that... okay, yeah, that looks like... Okay. I'm mowing the outer grass here as well. I was worried that it was mixing in and was going to make it grass and not alfalfa. And we really need alfalfa. And because we have now 2 fields, which is awesome. Soon to be 1 large alfalfa field. We're gonna make that into 1 large field to work with. So really looking forward to that as well, because it's not going to add a whole lot to the field itself necessarily, but it's just going to be, you know, nicer just to kind of slam through like I did there and be able to just have 1 field to worry about as opposed to 2 individual fields. So I'm just going to be working my way around this outer edge here, and then we're going to set our sights on the inner fields. So I'm going to go ahead and cut us out here, and I'll cut us back in as soon as we're done with the mowing on the alfalfa fields. Well, that's a disappointment when you get a little too into what you were doing and all of a sudden that is what happens. Oy, oy, oy. Oh well. Lesson learned. Let's get back to work. And here we go. Just finished off all the mowing here on the alfalfa. Let's go ahead and collect it with the baler. So I'll come back over here. What I'll do is I'll park. No, what am I thinking? I'll go ahead and park this under the awning. We still have a lot of grass mowing to do, but I really want to get this alfalfa taken care of first so we can get this over to the biogas plant and get it installed as quickly as possible. We want to get as much time with the alfalfa as possible. Let's see, so let's pull around here. And now drop this down. All right, here we go. Let's get that little chunk right there. Wait a minute. What? Why is this grass? No, no, no. Harvested alfalfa. No. What happened? Why is this all alfalfa? No! Oh no, why is this all grass? Oh no! Oh. That is heartbreaking. What happened? That is infuriating. We don't have any alfalfa for our biogas plant. This is all gonna be grass, isn't it? It's just all of this is grass. Yeah, all of this is grass. Oh, man. I don't know what happened. That is so weird. Well, I mean, not much I can do besides make this into silage and just kind of go from here. I mean, it's a really, really huge disappointment not being able to have all that alfalfa because it produces so much better than the silage does over the biogas plant. But, I mean, it is what it is. I can't change this. So, let's go ahead and get to work. Alright, well this was an absolutely huge disappointment, but I mean we got quite a bit of bales off of this one small section of field here, so I'm happy with that per se. I mean, I'm not thrilled about the outcome, but I mean it is what it is. So, this point, let's just fold all this away. We're going to still need this tractor and whatnot. Let's go ahead and grab the telehandler back up, and we'll grab the Deutz-Fahr over there, and we'll go ahead and pick up all these bales. Let's get hooked up to the trailer, get put in position, and I will cut us out here and cut us back in. No, actually, I need to wrap these first. Let's do that first. Got to make some silage bales. Almost forgot about that. I'll cut us out here, cut us back in as soon as the wrapping is done. Alright, and we are done. We wrapped all the bales here. We got all of them picked up, put onto the trailer. Let's drop them off and go from there. We got 12 in this load. We got 24 in this first load there, so we had a full trailer load. Looking really, really good. You figure that's 36 bales just off of this one little field. One of them was hay, so 35 bales total. So, yeah, I mean, it's still pretty good. I mean, it's not like this is a huge field. Unfortunately, it's all silage. It's not alfalfa like I was hoping. So that's kind of the bummer. That's a real big problem for me going forward, because I was really looking forward to having that silage available because it's such an increase in production. So unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. So let's go ahead and back this out about here so I can get the tractor out, get the mower out, and then we're gonna go ahead and start working on the other. Actually, no we are not. Let's see, I still got my telehandler on. Let's turn that on. We've got a disconnect from the baler, and we actually have to hook up to our seeder right there and fill in this strip with alfalfa. And I might go around the kind of outer edging around here. No, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to go ahead and get this parked back over out of the way, and we're going to fill in this strip here. I'm just so gutted right now. So incredibly gutted that the alfalfa wasn't available. That, I don't know what happened. I hope this isn't some kind of ongoing issue. I hope that it's just, you know, maybe I got into the grass too close and that it didn't register the alfalfa because I was already in grass. I mean, that would make sense to me. Next time, I'm going to start out in the middle of the field and then work my way out rather than do on the outside and work my way in. So that way I'm not mixing product, and that I ought to get the product that I'm looking for. So let's go ahead. Nope, that's not what we want. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Leave that right there. All right, let's connect to this. Then I believe it was this one for alfalfa. I need to confirm that. Yes, okay. We are going to be reaching into either of our fields and kind of taking a little chunk out of them, but that's all right. It's going to regrow. It's going to be fine. Just got to get this little strip all filled in. Don't want to fill in too far. I want to be able to get turned around and then come back over this area. There we go, something like that. And perfect. So now if we look at the map, yeah, look at that. Absolutely perfect. That makes me very, very happy. We finally have a joined field of alfalfa. And not only that, now we have a joined field on the far side here of oats. So we've got our oat fields here, we got our alfalfa fields here. We're going to have something going in here into the future, just not sure what it's going to be, but it's going to be there soon. We do have two current fields here that are producing mustard as well as wheat. So we're going to be coming into a lot of straw. We're going to be coming into a lot of products here soon. And I mean, in all fairness, yeah, I'm a little bummed out about not having the alfalfa, but at the end of the day, we do have a good amount of silage that we got from this field. So overall, I'm okay with it. I mean, it would have been better to be alfalfa, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead, move this stuff back, get this reconnected to the baler, and then we can fire up the mower, get that over to the back fields there and start working on the grass fields and get them up and running. What is going on here? Why am I not shifting? Well, don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and cut us out here and cut us back in as soon as we get over to the other fields. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so here we are. We finished mowing, and now we need to finish baling. Let's get going. Let's set our sights on making these bales wrapped. Let's see, let's start right here. Here we go. All done with the wrapping, and now we need to pick up these bales and load them onto the trailer, get them back to the farm. As you can see here, this is the first field, and we've got quite a few here, a lot more than I thought we were going to have, so that's always a very pleasant surprise. Let's go ahead and get this stacked up, get the other field stacked, and we'll go from there. We'll see you in a little while. Alright, so all the work there on the fields are done, they're taken care of, and are good to go. And as you can see, we have quite a bit of grass. We have 85 bales, 6,500 liters each. That's over over 500,000 liters of silage now, or silage in the making, I should say. So we are doing pretty darn good. And we have 98 silage bales in the same size already. So we're basically pretty close to doubling the amount of silage that we have. We are not even a quarter full on this entire hold, which is absolutely amazing. So we're just going to keep on chugging away, getting more and more product. We've got hay in the making. I'm sorry, we've got straw in the making over in the oat field as well as the wheat field over here. We got some mustard that's growing. We've got a ton of stuff. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and pull this equipment back into its proper spot, and then I'm going to go ahead and do some herbicide treatment over on the oat field because there's a bunch of weeds there and they need to be taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my case tractor. I'm going to have to take it up to the shop and get the wheels changed out on it because there's product in the ground and I don't want to smush it. So that is what we're going to have to do, is we're going to switch out the tires, put on some narrows, and we ought to be good to go from there. So I will go ahead and cut us out here, and I'll cut us back in as soon as we get everything all hooked up, set up, and ready to go. Alright, I'm coming up from the shop here. I went ahead and repaired my tractor, got the tires installed, and should be good to go now. So let's go ahead and pop this open. And actually, something just dawned on me here. Let me check something real quick. Okay, no, so the weeds are just localized in the oat field. I was wondering if the weeds were here in the mustard field, but it doesn't look like they were. So that is actually really good. So we don't have to waste any product on that field. So now we are going to go ahead and just start spraying, getting all these weeds taken care of out of the field, and we'll be the better for it. So I'll go ahead and cut us out here and cut us back in as soon as we're done weeding. We'll see you in a while. Alright, and we should be all done here. Oh, no, just a little patch just outside right here. You can see those jets spraying off every once in a while. We are getting the last couple of patches. I think that was it. So now, yes, 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 yes. Perfect. Let's go ahead and fold this away. We got to go ahead and unload this, drop this off at the farm. I tell you what, the spot and spray technology really, really comes in handy for saving all this herbicide. You can see we started out with 2,000 liters and we ended with 1738. That's really not that bad. So that whole field cost us, what, less than 300 liters of herbicide? Not too bad, especially considering that this stuff is incredibly expensive. So good to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this off and then cut it back in just a moment. Alright, so we got everything all tucked away, put back where it needs to go, with the exception of the herbicide. We still need to pack that away real quick, but we got a lot of stuff done today, and even though some things didn't go quite according to plan, that is okay. It did really kind of sting that we weren't able to get all the oh hey, I'm too wide. Well, I gotta run up to the shop anyways and get these switched out. But I mean, it's a shame that the alfalfa didn't work out, that for some reason it gave us nothing but grass, even though, again, you can very, very clearly see that this is an alfalfa field, grow type alfalfa. I think it was because I started mowing, and because I was overhanging the into the grass area, it was registering the grass first, and it just kept going from there. It just recognized it as one solid product. So that's what I think happened. And it was a shame because we really could have used that alfalfa. But thankfully, alfalfa will grow just like grass does, and we'll get 2 or 3 cycles of harvesting out of it throughout the seasons. So doesn't help us in the short term, but in the long term we'll be able to make up for it. But I mean, we got the weeding done. We got technically 4 separate grass fields mowed, ready to go. Yeah, we're doing all right. I'm really, really pleased. But I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing the shows. You're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.